to hear what I'm saying. Yeah. So welcome back, and today the first target is to understand what is called as transform impedances. Transform impedances. So as the name itself suggests that we need to transform the time dependency of impedances to the frequency dependency of impedances. How? Let us take the very first, very simplistic approach that V is equals to IR. Let us now say that these were not the steady state situations, but time dependent situations. In time dependent situation, V is a function of time, R remains constant. Let us say that R is constant, and I is also a function of time. Okay, this is simple Ohm's law. So V is a function of time, R is a constant, I is also a function of time. Now, if I say, let us take the Laplace transform in equation 1 both sides. So what I'm saying is you take Laplace transform of Vt and Laplace transform of R into I of t. Fine. So let us say that the Laplace transform of Vt is given by some Vs, a function in S domain, is equals to, because I have told you that Laplace transforms are linear, so we can take this R out and simply write that this is Laplace transform of I of t, and then we can equate it with Laplace transform of I of t, which can be written as Vs is equals to R into Is. Okay. So if somebody is asking you, this resistance, although it was constant, this resistance was constant, but when you are looking at resistance in S domain, what it would look like? Okay. So from this particular equation, you can simply say that our R is equals to Vs upon Is. R is equals to Vs upon Is, where V is voltage in S domain and I is current in S domain. Fine. V is voltage in S domain, I is current in S domain. Now, then how can you define what is R in S domain? What is R? So you can simply write that R in S domain is the ratio of voltage and current in S domain. It's easy. So it is ratio of voltage and current in S domain. Fine. So in a way, we can also say that R remains R when you transform it from time domain to S domain. R remains R when you transform it from T domain to S domain. Let us move ahead. So the case for resistance is now clear. It is just equal to the ratio of voltage and current. It is just equal to the ratio of voltage and current in S domain. That is fine. Now move ahead. For the case of capacitance, which equation do we write for case of capacitance? In terms of voltage and current, what do you write? You write current is equals to C dV by dt, where this current is the current flowing through the capacitance and this voltage is voltage across the capacitance, nothing else. Fine. So we write it in this form. I is equals to C dV by dt. To be more elaborative, I can write that I here is a function of time, C is a constant, D here is a function of time, and we are taking derivative of it. Fine. Now we have to take Laplace transform on both sides. So we want to understand what would be the transformed form of capacitance, the transformed form of capacitance. Fine. Taking Laplace transform, both side is equals to Laplace transform of C dVt by dt. Okay. Now tell me, we are going to utilize what we have already learned in Laplace transform. What is the Laplace transform of f prime of t? Anyone?
SFS minus F0.
S of Laplace transform of ft minus f, right?
0.
F0.
F0. Fine. So this is what we are going to utilize in this particular thing. I can simply write that Laplace transform of it is just is. There is no problem in it. Is equals to, now Laplace transform of c times derivative of some function. I have to take care of it. So I can simply write that Laplace transform, c outside because it was a constant, Laplace transform of derivative of v with respect to t. And this step can then be elaborated as is is equals to c times, what is the Laplace transform of Vt? What was the Laplace transform of Vt? We assume that it was Vs, let's say. So it would be equals to SVs minus V0 minus या plus क्या दें आप? So SVs minus V0 plus. Okay. Now, if you ignore initial conditions, for example, assuming, so this is not general term, this is our assumption, assuming if V0 minus or V0 plus was 0, then this particular thing will reduce to Is is equals to Cs Vs. Is is equals to Cs Vs. Do you all agree to what I'm saying? This is it. Fine. Now, what you can write, what is Vs upon Is then? What is going to be Vs upon Is? It will be 1
R.
upon Cs. It was not R. In this case, it will be 1 upon Cs, which is definitely is equals to some impedance Z. I can say that this is some impedance which is a function of Z. But when it was a capacitance, how it is given by 1 upon Cs. तो जो capacitance आपका टाइम डोमेन में केवल C था, वो capacitance आपका S डोमेन में 1 upon Cs हो जाएगा if you are using impedance representation. और अगर आप admittance representation देखेंगे, then what it will be equals to Cs only. क्योंकि हम V by I की फॉर्म में देख रहे हैं, that's why it becomes 1 upon Cs. Now tell me, what was the value of C we have taken? Oh, sorry, S we have taken when I told you in Laplace transform use
J
S.
omega.
S is equals
J
to J omega. So just put J omega over here. You will get a very nice thing which you have already done in your BSc first semester or in your 12th class as well. C, or I can write J omega C. So the impedance contributed by the capacitance is nothing but equals to 1 upon j omega c, and this is what we had been learning since last 5 years. जब से आप 12th class पार कर रहे हैं तब से ही आप जानते हैं that Vs upon Is या voltage और current का ratio across capacitance is given by 1 upon j omega c, and this is indeed what you got. So this can be written as j omega, or you can simply write it as 1 upon cs is equals to z of s. So transformed impedance because of capacitance in S domain is given by 1 upon Cs in a particular condition. And the condition is what we have assumed. We have assumed that our initial conditions are 0. Okay. What will happen if our initial conditions are not 0? Then we have to tackle it and take it in a different form. We call that as equivalent or transformed equivalent circuit. Okay, we will just come to it. But before going that, we should first complete, because we have done for capacitance, now we are left with inductance only. So now the thing that we are going to deal with is transformed inductance. Any problem in transformed capacitance? Okay. Again, आपकी खामोशी मैं समझ सकता हूँ और मैं ये मान के चल रहा हूँ कि आपकी खामोशी का मतलब है कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Now we will move on to transform inductance. This is our inductance. What is the equation in time domain you deal with for inductance? Is it okay? It is V is equals to L di by dt or I equals to L dV by dt.
V is equal to L
Yeah.
by dt.
V is
So over here it means that V is a function of time, di t by dt. This is a function of time, taking Laplace transform both sides, Laplace transform of V, L time. This is L is inductance. So Laplace transform of L times di by dt. This is L is different from the Laplace transform. Okay? So we can say that Laplace transform of Vt is Vs. L times Laplace transform of di by dt is d by I by dt is SIs minus I0 plus or minus whatever. Fine. And again over here you can assume that, let's say, our zero initial conditions force I0 plus to be equals to 0. In that case, you will have Vs is equals to Ls Is. Then what is the ratio of voltage and current across inductance? Ls. Or you can write that if you are writing in terms of omega as a frequency, it is nothing but equals to j omega L. So the impedance contribution from an inductance is given by SL or 1 upon j omega. Fine. So you can just make a small table. I hope this must also be very clear to you. But remember that this condition is imposed and then we have got it. If this condition would not have been true, it was some non-negative or non-zero values, then we would have to take care of it as per the given condition. So वो कैसे करेंगे, we will see it. But as of now, we have learned a few things and let us summarize it using a table. Okay. So we will have what is called as
सर एक क्वेश्चन
हाँ पूछिए बिल्कुल.
सर आपने सर एस में जे ओमेगा के साथ कांस्टेंट क्यों नहीं लिया
कहाँ इसमें?
सर यस सर जे ओमेगा प्लस सर
Okay,
constant भी
yeah,
आपने
you are
बताया
right. You're perfect. So we wrote that S is equals to sigma plus j omega. But as of now, this real part is also we are considering to be equals to 0 because its contribution is in decaying circuits. बाद में पढ़ेंगे. As of now, you only consider that S equals to j omega. Only pure oscillating terms, no sigma terms. ठीक है? And only for S equals to j omega terms we have written and we have been doing all these things. और जब तक आपकी यूनिट 4th खत्म नहीं हो जाती तब तक S is equals to j omega ही रहेगा आपके लिए. It will not be anything else. So in all cases you will consider sigma to be equals to 0. But when you will come to unit 4th, in unit 4th you will deal with what is called as network synthesis, and in network synthesis then you will realize the importance of sigma also. As of now, for all possible like the circuits you are going to deal with, just consider S is equals to j omega. You are right. Your question is very valid. Okay. But as of now, just impose a condition that sigma is equals to 0. Fine.
ओके सर
Okay. So now, and there should not be any confusion because there is a sleek justification of it that we're not going to deal with decaying circuit but settling circuits. So we have Z, which is a function of time, and we can also have Y, which is a function of time. We can have Z, which is a function of S. We can also have Y, which is a function of S. Okay? In Z, which is a function of time, you have it as R, L, C. Okay? In S domain, your R remains R, but your L becomes Ls and your C becomes 1 upon Cs. Okay? Your C becomes 1 upon Cs. Similarly, if in case of who is it? Yes, someone who just joined. Mohit Upadhyay. Fine, no problem. Okay, so this is easy. R remains R, L becomes SL, C becomes 1 upon CS at a particular condition, and that condition is for 0 initial conditions. When we talk about YT, our YT is 1 upon R because resistance ka 1 upon is conductance and Y remains conductance. So if I say that this is equals to some constant G, then this Ys will also be equals to some constant G. That's it. If you take ys, so it would be 1 upon zs. So what would be 1 upon zs? 1 upon sl. And if you take ys of capacitance, what it will be equals to? 1 upon this, it would be just equals to cs. तो अगर आपका S डोमेन में इम्पीडेंस रिप्रेजेंटेशन है तो रेजिस्टेंस R से, इंडक्टेंस LS से और कैपेसिटेंस 1 अपॉन CS से रिप्रेजेंट होगा. और अगर आपका जो रिप्रेजेंटेशन है वो एडमिटेंसेस वाला है यानी कंडक्टेंसेस वाला है, then you will represent resistance और कंडक्टेंस as G, which is nothing but equals to 1 upon R. अगर इंडक्टेंस है तो 1 upon LS और कैपेसिटेंस है तो 1 upon CS. This is how you will go. You are going to take it. Fine. So if this is equals to 1 upon LS, this is equals to 1 upon CS, what do you expect from it to be coming over here? बताइए.
1 over L,
So it would be 1 over L and this would be
1 over C.
1 over C. Check and tell me. It would be C. Okay. Yeah, it would be C. So we are not going to deal with this anymore. We won't be just looking at it. We will only be concerned with ZT and ZS. Even YS को भी नहीं लेंगे जब तक हमें नोड एनालिसिस ना लगानी पड़े. ठीक है. और ये YT का हमारे कोई रोल नहीं बचा. So this is something we call as impedance transform technique. Now you can also, using impedance transform technique, write down or find out equivalent circuits or equivalent S domain circuits of capacitance and inductances. Equivalent S domain transform of capacitance and inductance. Okay. So let me just try to explain it. In the particular equation, when we had V is equals to L di by dt, you said that if you would be taking the Laplace transform of it, it would become Vs is equals to some S into L into Is minus I0 plus into L. ये कहां से आया? अभी जो थोड़ी देर पहले हम लोगों ने डिस्कशन किया. Do you all agree to this?
So you have told I0 plus is not necessarily
Now-
to be equal to.
Yes. Now I am saying that in this particular condition, we are assuming I0 may not be equals to 0. ठीक है. तो एक्चुअली होता ये, इससे लेते तो V का ट्रांसफॉर्म Vs हो जाता, L टाइम्स di by dt का ट्रांसफॉर्म होता SIs माइनस I0 प्लस. वही हमने यहाँ लिख लिया है. इट इज नथिंग बट LS IS माइनस L टाइम्स I0 प्लस. तो यही चीज लिखी हुई. ठीक है. So on one side we have voltage, on other side we have something else which has to be voltage, because if on LHS you have voltage, it is mandatory that on RHS also you would be having voltage. Fine. So we got equation as Vs is equals to LS IS minus L times I0 plus. So in a way, because this is a voltage in S domain, this hole and this hole has to be voltage in S domain. So we can say that, let's say this is some V total of S. I can write that this is equals to some V1 of S minus some V2 of S. Or I can write plus times minus V2 of S. So it is as if we have taken sum of two voltage sources. Sum of two voltage sources. And in it, it is very clear that in V1 of S, which is nothing but equals to LS times IS, it is clear that this has the unit of voltage current. तो इसकी यूनिट क्या होनी चाहिए इन एस डोमेन? V is equals to IR टाइप के फॉर्म में देखें तो इसकी यूनिट्स क्या होनी चाहिए इन एस डोमेन?
Ohm.
This should be impedance. In ohms, yes, exactly. This should be impedance. That is for true. Fine. So it is as if I have an impedance of value LS through which a current IS is flowing. And this gives me a voltage V1S. It is as is. Fine. And this particular thing we will consider. Shivam is saying that my voice is not clear. Is this the case with others also?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. That it must be the problem with Shivam sent. Okay, so this particular thing we have written in this form that I can take it as some impedance or value SL. In fact, because it was because of inductance, so I can take it is impedance contribution because of inductance with value SL. Current IS is flowing through it. Okay. How do you add two voltages by putting them in series or putting them in parallel? How would you add two voltages? Do you add voltage sources by putting them in series or putting them in parallel?
In series.
Exactly. And putting voltage sources in parallel is a crime. Because if I take this is a voltage source and this is another voltage source, I put them in parallel, then हमारे पास ये कहा जाता है कि parallel के across voltage जब भी नापे same होगा. तो ये clash of condition हो गया ना. बताइए 10 वोल्ट होगा इसके across या 100 वोल्ट होगा. एक्चुअली ये प्रॉब्लमैटिक हो जाएगा एंड दिस माइट बी पॉसिबल कि ये दोनों ही वोल्टेज सोर्स खराब हो जाए because it would start to charge this one because the internal impedance of voltage source is considered to be zero, so it is almost like a short circuit. There would be a blast, infinite current will start to flow. So putting voltage sources in parallel is a crime. You always put voltage sources in series. So V1 V2 plus minus और अगर आप total voltage देखें तो it would be equals to V1 plus V2 like this. Fine. So we can simply write that this can be written as a voltage source V1 plus another voltage source minus V2. V1 plus another voltage source minus V2. And this is equals to your Vs. For the case of inductance. So when you are taking inductance and you're converting it into S-domain signal, but the initial conditions are not zero, and you can replace it with V1 plus V2, like putting two voltages or sources of voltage in series. And this can be then written as you have your inductance and a source, and I can write this one as like this is LS, current IS is flowing through it, and this is a voltage source. This is a voltage source having value Li 0 plus with a negative sign. Okay, or I can replace it with like this negative sign if I want to omit. So I can write ye negative, ye positive, ye negative काट के यहाँ minus यहाँ plus कर. And this particular thing would be equals to your Vs. We call it as a transform impedance or representation. Fine. We can call it as transform impedance representation, transform impedance method. Another way of putting it in current source equivalent is, what was the equation we had? It was equals to Vs is equals to Ls Is minus Li0 plus. Fine. I can also write it as it is equals to Vs plus Li0 plus divided by Ls is equals to Is. So in a way I can write this as Vs upon Ls plus I0 plus upon S is equals to Is. And how do you add two current sources? So this is as if Is is equals to some I1 plus I2. How do you add two current sources?
Parallel.
By putting them in parallel. So I can write this, if I have to take the equivalent transform of this particular thing, I can write it as, let's say this is my Is. Then Is breaks into two branches. In one branch, it is as if I have Ls across which the voltage difference is Vs. And in the other branch, I can say that it is itself a current source of value I0 plus by S. Okay. So we can say that it is an inductor equivalent circuit in S domain. So equivalent circuit of inductor in S domain. Inductor equivalent circuit in S domain. This was also an inductor equivalent circuit, but this is primarily used. Inductor equivalent circuit. Similarly, you can find capacitor equivalent circuit in S domain. Let us try to find that out. So we start with the simplistic differential equation for capacitance given by I is equals to C dV by dt. And while taking its Laplace transform, what you will get is 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 equals to Cs Vs minus C V0 plus. Okay. So it is again what? Will these be current sources or voltage sources? Tell me whether this would be a current source or a voltage source.
Current source.
Current source. Fine. So I am taking VG type of form. तो बताइए ये CS की जो यूनिट होंगी वो ohms में होंगी या मोज में होंगी? मोज में होंगी. तो अगर मुझे impedance representation में रखना है, then I should take 1 upon CS and keep in mind that this is in ohms now. If I take CS, then I should keep in my mind that it is in mhos now. Fine. So if I have to take a circuit again, I can make it like a capacitance itself, across which the voltage difference is Vs, and the value, if I take in ohms, it would be 1 upon Cs. Ohms. If I have to take it in mhos, it would be Cs. No problem. So the total current Is is flowing. Some of the portion is there, and the other portion would be equals to C times V0 plus. And the direction would be, because of the negative sign, what would be the direction? Downward or upward?
Upward.
Upward. Yes. There would be an upward direction. This is it. But for capacitances, you do not use the current equivalent circuit, rather you will use a voltage equivalent circuit. So voltage equivalent circuit के लिए क्या करेंगे? Take this equation. You can write this as Is plus CV0 plus divided by Cs is equals to Vs. So I can write that my Vs is equals to Ia upon Cs. In fact, I is a function of S plus V0 plus upon S. Now you can add two voltage sources. So this is your total Vs, let's say. You can write this one and take this one. Remember that the signs are all right now. The V0 plus by S you can take, and the current that flows is, let's say, Is, and the value is 1 upon Cs in ohms. So 1 upon Cs ohms into Is gives you this one. And this is another voltage source V0 plus by S. And this is what is called as the equivalent circuit of capacitance in S domain. Fine. Now, if you would have taken zero initial conditions, it means in this particular case, we will more often use the voltage equivalent for capacitances and current equivalent for inductances. Now, if you would have taken zero equivalent or zero initial conditions, what would have been to the value of V0 plus? 0. What do you replace a voltage source equal to 0 with? A short circuit or open circuit?
Short circuit.
Short circuit. So if voltage source is killed or it is 0, you will always replace it with a short circuit. So a short circuit would only be replaced with a capacitance having value 1 upon Cs, flowing current is Is, and the voltage across is Vs. That's it. So this V0 plus by S actually serves as the step function. The initial condition act as step function in S domain. It gives it some value already. It gives some value to it already. So we call it as a step function. So we can say that the initial conditions acts as step function in S domain. The initial condition act as step function in S domain. whether it is for inductor or it is for capacitor. Both are true. Now for the case of inductor, let's say, what will happen if I take I0 plus equals to 0? Because what are the conditions to be imposed on inductance, whether it is for current or for voltage? Inductor के लिए initial conditions किस पर impose करते हैं? Current पे. So we will use this particular circuit. And if I0 plus is equals to 0, so it would be replaced by an open circuit. You will only be left with the inductance value Ls. इसके across voltage Vs है और ये function of S नहीं L into S है, ठीक है, ये याद रखिए. This is Ls. और ऐसे ही यहाँ पर it is not 1 upon C function of S, it is 1 upon Cs itself. So we call this as transform impedance method or impedance equivalent circuit in S domain. For R, it would be just R. But for C and S, it would be quite different and difficult. Do you all agree to what has been told and taught till this point?
Could you explain the initial condition act as a step function in S domain?
Okay, that you will get to know when you take an example. So what happens is this initial condition will provide some value of voltage to itself, even at t equals to 0. अगर ये नॉन जीरो है, इसका मतलब नॉन जीरो होने का मतलब है इस पर्टिकुलर ब्रांच में ऑलरेडी इसकी वजह से एक वोल्टेज आ जाएगा इवन एट t equals to 0. एंड देन अगर t equals to 0 पर ही इसमें कुछ वोल्टेज है, देन यू विल हैव टू सॉल्व योर सर्किट अकॉर्डिंगली, क्योंकि सारे वोल्टेज जीरो नहीं है. इट इज नॉट टोटली डिस्चार्ज कंडीशन. तो when we will do such type of things in our like examples and in next part of this lecture itself, the things why I'm saying that the initial condition set the step function will be clear to you. I agree that this was just thrown and was not explained. So it gives a particular way to behave. Okay. For example, let's say अभी तक तो हम ये देखते आए कि initially our capacitance was totally discharged. What will happen if your capacitance was fully charged when the switch was turned on or off? Things will change accordingly. Fine. But as of now, whether for GATE, NAT exam, remember that the initial condition act as step function in S domain. It can be asked in quiz. The initial conditions act as dash in S domain. It acts as step function. Fine. So I'll stop the recording for this particular module and I will again restart and start with another example.